Hello, spiritual family. This is High Priestess Key coming to you to do the mini forecast, right? This is the mini forecast in the true Sidereal and the Vedic family, all right? So you'll hear me discuss, and I'm just going to go through the phases and where the planets lie at this time. Just to give you a mini forecast in reference of the true sidereal, and that is where it truly is in the sky, okay? Not what the Western tells you in reference of it being off from what it is showing in the sky. If you look out in a telescope and you look in the cosmos and the constellation of where the stars, the sun, the moon are, and all the planetary alignment family, this is the information in the forecast that I'm giving you now. So Mercury right now is still in Sag, as well as the sun, and you can see it here, right? Hopefully you can. But this is Mercury and the sun that is still in Sag. It is smoothly moving towards Capricorn energy, but as you can see where Capricornius is, sorry family, it always does that when I'm trying to give you the message, but you can see where Capricornius is. The sun is still above in Sag, okay? And this is timestamp. Let me see if I can get it where it'll show on the screen. See Capricornius, and you see where the sun is? The sun is right here, family. This is Capricorn. So it hasn't even made it to Capricorn yet. As it will be there, I think it's on the 12th. It'll be in Capricorn fully, the sun. But Mercury is right behind it, and it's still in Sag as well, okay? And then you have Venus is in Aquarius, okay? So is Saturn, okay? As I can show you that here. See it? Okay, so that's Venus and that's Saturn that is in Aquarius. Neptune is still perching right there at Pisces. We have the moon that is right now that is in Taurus, okay? The moon is in Taurus, Uranus is in Taurus, and Jupiter is in Taurus all right now. You can see the Taurus there, and you can see all of them there, all right? So this is where you see the moon, Uranus, and Jupiter all in Taurus, all right? And I think I covered majority of what we were supposed to be looking at. Mercury and the sun. Pluto is here. I don't really deal with Pluto, but Pluto is in Capricorn right now, okay? So it is right there sitting at the top. Pluto right there sitting at the top of Capricorn. I actually look at Pluto as being Quayar, which is another planet that people don't know about, and they have deceived us about, okay? The moon that is coming, there is a full moon that is coming on the 13th, which is a Monday, a lunar day, okay? A full moon. And that full moon in the true sidereal and the Vedic is in Gemini, okay? In the Vedic, it's Puna Arvasu Nakshatra, okay? And it's to peak at 5:26 Eastern time, okay? The Puna Vasu is one of the movable nakshatras, because I know I'm probably pronouncing it right, tearing it up, but if you look it up, you'll see. Naturally suited to activities characterized by swiftness, such as travel, walking, and sending correspondence. But it's also associated with abilities where one has a bunch of arrows gathered up in their skill set containers. The day may bring situations where abilities that have been developed quietly are given room to come forward and be known. So basically, it's like what they're saying is it's going to be a good time for you to be shooting your shot, doing the things that you have skills in, learning new things, putting things into place. But also remember, the full moon could be about you releasing, transforming things, reassessing things, but also harnessing things in as well, because it's waxing energy, which is all about you, restoring something, right? But in the meantime, the ancestors do want you to know, prior to the full moon coming in, we do have this day on the 12th of January, which is a Sunday, by what I'm seeing online and everything. And I look at the horoscopes in reference of the true sidereal and the Vedic. It lets me know that there's numerous disruptive influences that can happen in reference of that day. The moon is in Ardra, Ardra nakshatra, Ardra, which is the most severe lunar, okay, mansions. So it's basically the Rikta, which is it means empty, right? Empty waxing lunar day, okay? So the moon would transit a difficult, fateful degree in that aspect of things. And basically it just symbolizes, it says, like a teardrop. But it's a dynamic nature or a Shakti of effort that brings achievement. However, the effort usually comes with intensity and overwhelming energy, okay, family? So it could be strong emotions and serves for us to go through purification, like cleansing ourselves. That may be a good day for you to do your spiritual baths. That may be a good day for you to, stay out the way, because it may be intense emotions that flare up. It is all about the fresh beginnings, the new beginnings that'll be flowing in with that full moon in Gemini. Now, Gemini is the air sign, okay? So Geminis are all about communication and things like that, right? But also, Geminis are the high priestess and the high priest of the zodiacs, okay? In the spiritual astrology, you guys may think of it different, but I'm just speaking to you in reference of what is in the spiritual astrology, okay, which is based off the planetary alignment. Now, when I go back to that, the Gemini energy is the law of internal vibration. So it will be all about how you feel internally. Within the next few days, family, things will start making you feel certain ways. So you need to pay attention. It is an air sign, but your emotions, because of the moon is the water, right? It's the air. It's the emotions that come with that air. So things will be flaring up very quickly and easily, okay? But it's time also for you to be intentional, right? And to detach from unhelpful situations. So this goes back to that full moon. It's also a good time for you letting go of unneeded things and people, situations, jobs. This is a good time to let go of those things. Having necessary conversations and talking through situations that you're going through with your family and friends and those that are involved, and really, really horning in, okay? This is a good time. Capricorn comes in on January the 14th in the Sidereal. So Capricorn moves into, the sun moves into Capricorn on January the 14th. So I told you guys, based off of what I seen here, it wasn't showing that it was there yet, right? So yeah, in the true sidereal, that's why you'll understand the true sidereal always shows us what's actually happening in the sky. When you took your first breath here on this earth, what planet was there, right? And not the one that the Western kind of gives you in reference of the degrees of where it was. Sometimes they're on the same level though, but in most cases, in some situations, you have the same sign in the Western and in the true sidereal. So it's not all wrong. It's not it's just based off of where it truly was. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pull a few cards around the energy at this time based off of the forecast that we just had, especially with what I say, Mercury in Sag as well as the sun, and then we still have Venus in Aquarius, and where was Mars? I think Mars was still in Cancer. Let me see if I can find where Mars was. I think Mars is still in Cancer though, family. Let me go back and see if I can find Mars. I see the sun, Venus, Saturn still in Aquarius, Neptune still Pisces, Moon, Uranus, Jupiter. Oh, okay, here is Mars. Okay, yeah, Mars is still in Cancer. See, there's the crab and there's Mars. Ooh, sorry, my cards. There's Mars. See Mars, the red, and that's Cancer. So it's still in Mars, okay? In Cancer, okay? Although they'll tell you in the Western that it's in Gemini, I want to say they're saying. No, Mars is in Cancer, okay? I think it's retrograded or something like that, which we don't look at retrogrades as being anything bad. We look at it as being a reflection and to reassess. And it's actually a good time for you to do. And that also goes back to that Gemini energy, because really in the spiritual astrology, Gemini is ruled by Mars, although they tell you Mercury. No, okay, that's Pisces. But yeah, so Mars is in Cancer, which definitely is also going to see how I was just telling you about how your emotions are going to be a little out of whack. You're going to probably be feeling all kinds of ways. Everything may be making you cry easily, you know, sensitive, moody, and it's aggressively happening that way because Mars has retrograded and Mars is in Cancer. All right, but Sag still being here, moving into that Capricorn January 14th family. Now is a good time for you to start doing things like it said, aiming at whatever it is that you want to have taken place in your life at this time. Get going, right? I did a message this morning for Patreon in reference to preparation. It is a good time to start preparing for some things. Get your water up, get your food items up, you know, non-perishable food. Start getting a plan together for emergency situations because the world is seeing it all over and you're no different and neither am I. So you must prepare. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared, be prepared, okay? What's the message for the energy right now, ancestors, based off of the forecast of where the planetary alignment? Here's the moon. 4 flew out. So that's planetary alignment is about the moon, Luna. Don't be deceived, okay? The ancestors is saying also with that energy of the number 4. 4 is moon energy, okay? 4 is, when we get this as the first card that flew out, 4 lets me know that there's a lot of things that we aren't able to see at this time because this is the hidden, this is the shadow. There's a lot of dark night of the souls happening for people. There's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of deceitful things happening as well that the people don't realize that is going on as well, even in the traumatic situations that are happening. Some of these things are man-made, family, okay? And the ancestors want us to know, you know? And a lot of, even in what they want you to believe who you are, a lot of us don't even truly know who we are because they have deceived us so bad in reference of the things that's, you know, amongst the people, family. And I just want to do these forecasts to bring you guys the actual true messages of what the ancestors want us to know. Yeah, here we go. So we got the 8 and we got the Cancer energy, and Cancer energy is about repeating cycles, okay? So this definitely lets me know. And then didn't I just tell you Cancer was in Mars is in Cancer, right? So Cancer energy is very prone right now, although we are in the Sag and Taurus moon energy right now, which I'll do a reading on that in a few. But what this is letting me know is that, yes, right now it's all about the law of rhythm, okay? But it's all about sins as well, because Cancer's energy is about the messenger of sins, but it's the law of rhythm, which is all about the natural rhythm of the sun, the natural rhythm of the heartbeat of the earth, right? So that lets me know too that there's something off, right? Yeah, the number energy of definitely people needing interventions in reference of the living conditions, home life. A lot of people need to understand now is the time to horn in and start helping each other. Ancestors said right now it's about the cycles. This is another cycle for Earth to go through. Some things have to clear out before good things come in, okay? That Cancer energy is here to kind of give us that same, you know, information about the planetary alignment. And also Cancer goes back to the things that you have to sacrifice around home situations, around your living conditions. You may have to sacrifice some things, but you know, there's a lot of love that the ancestors is trying to show us and give us throughout all these different situations. Some of you are going to have to help some people right now, right? It's a lot that's happening amongst Earth, Mother Earth, nature. Nature is taking its course as well. But there's also a lot of hidden things that they aren't telling the collective in a whole. You know, secrecies, the things that they're holding back, things that are traumatic and emotional to the people that they don't want the people to know. And this is the energy I have here. This is definitely all about earthly possessions. The ancestors are saying your life is worth more. Your life is worth more. So you must understand that. I understand that the ancestors is telling us some things you're going to have to sacrifice. So there'll be a lot of people that's going to have to sacrifice some things, family, okay? And as I stated earlier, mind your internal vibrations, raise your vibrations, mind your internal vibrations, and understand that it's all about how you truly feel at the end of the day. Because that's what's showing here. Cancer energy is definitely that, right? Where there's the law of rhythm. If you're out of vibrating at like your heart is a rhythmic pump, right? So if it's off, irregular, then your whole equilibrium is going to be off. The same goes for Mother Earth, right? So it's now time for you to understand that these are some things that are not truly nature, but are brought on by the low vibrational energy that is happening amongst the earth. And with these things happening, especially with all the deception and the deceit and the negative things and the demonic energy that's flowing around, that brings the vibration of Mother Earth down. And it creates things that make havoc for purification, okay? And these are the cycles. And so that's what the ancestors is kind of saying at this time. There's definitely a need for an intervention. There's a lot of love that's needed. There's a lot of time that's needed to be put into helping other people. And right now, it's all about you helping yourself, but also being able to be that helping hand, all right? So that is the message around the planetary alignment at this time. Mars is in Cancer, so it's going to be a very piped up time around emotional things, okay? And a piped up time around a lot of sins, okay? Because that's what Cancer truly is, all right? So with that fire element and that aggressive element and those foreign things, which is going to be majorly things that we've never seen before, a lot of things that are going to be occurring that are going to be even in foreign places, right? That are going to create issues for us. So we want to be very, very, very mindful of the planetary alignment, of your emotions, and of who you truly are, family, and what you can truly do as a human being on this earth. But in the spiritual aspect of things, you have power, okay? So you're multi-dimensional, okay? But you have to know your power as well, all right? So much love to you. I will see you guys soon. Peace, peace, peace. And that's me, High Priestess Key. Much love, family. Much love.